The question of whether Russia will successfully take over Ukraine is both complex and speculative, touching on military, political, economic, and geopolitical dimensions. As of mid-2025, more than 3 years have passed since Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, and despite numerous offensives and territorial gains, a complete Russian takeover of Ukraine remains highly unlikely in the near future. Firstly, Ukraine has demonstrated remarkable resilience and resistance since the beginning of the war. The Ukrainian military, bolstered by Western training, intelligence, and weapons support, has not only defended key cities such as Kyiv, Kharkiv, and Odessa but has also conducted successful counteroffensives, particularly in Kharkiv and Kherson oblasts. Despite the immense human and infrastructural toll, Ukraine's morale remains high, and its commitment to defending its sovereignty is unwavering. Secondly, Russia's own military limitations pose a significant barrier to a full takeover. While Russia initially attempted a rapid assault to capture Kyiv, that effort failed, revealing weaknesses in logistics, coordination, and troop morale. Since then, the war has turned into a grinding, attritional conflict. Russia continues to suffer from sanctions, manpower shortages, and internal dissent. The mobilization of reservists has sparked protest and discontent, especially as casualties rise and the war drags on. Furthermore, the international dimension plays a pivotal role. Western countries, particularly the United States, the UK, and members of the European Union, have stood firmly behind Ukraine. Military aid in the form of air defense systems, long-range missiles, armored vehicles, and economic support has sustained Ukraine's war effort. Sanctions on Russia have damaged its economy, limiting its capacity to fund the war indefinitely. China, while maintaining a cautious alliance with Russia, has not provided the kind of overt military support Moscow might have hoped for, likely out of concern for global backlash and economic stability. Politically, Russia taking over Ukraine would mean not only occupying territory but also controlling a deeply hostile population. Ukrainian nationalism has only strengthened since 2022, and any attempt to install a puppet government or annex the entire country would likely lead to prolonged insurgency and resistance, much like the post-invasion resistance seen in eastern Ukraine and Crimea. Holding Ukraine would become a costly and unstable endeavor for Moscow. Geopolitically, a full Russian takeover of Ukraine would likely provoke even stronger international responses, possibly pushing NATO to expand its presence in Eastern Europe further, thereby undermining one of Russia's core goals of reducing NATO influence near its borders. In conclusion, while Russia may continue to pursue territorial gains and attempt to destabilize Ukraine, a full takeover of the country appears highly improbable. The combination of Ukrainian resistance, Western support, Russian military and economic limitations, and global political dynamics suggests that a complete Russian victory remains out of reach. The more likely outcome is a prolonged conflict or a negotiated settlement, rather than total conquest.